My name is Temmi, and this is the Yoga Buds Studio. I want to welcome my regular students who are participating today with me at home, and to any new students for whom the Yoga Buds Studio is a new place. During this time of COVID-19, this very unprecedented and unsettling time in our lives, I invite you to practice along with me. This is a sequence to strengthen the immune system. Much of it was developed by BKS Iyengar, the master of this incredible system of yoga, and I've modified a little bit here and there. This practice, as we face COVID-19, will help to strengthen the immune system. It includes a lot of inversions in which the head is lower than the heart, and what that does is it increases the circulation of the lymphatic fluid, which carries our white blood cells, and as it moves through the body, through the nose and throat and so forth, it picks up the bacteria and filters them out through the lymph nodes. So yoga, because we do hold the poses for a long time and we work with gravity and resist gravity and so forth, what that does is when we return to an upright position, the gravity will then drain the lymph, sending it through the nodes for cleaning and back to the heart for circulation. In addition, some of the poses are very restorative and relaxing, which in turn will help to calm our nervous system down. Many of the poses have our head rested and fully supported, which in and of itself is very calming to the nervous system and releases fear and negative feelings. Okay, so the last point that I'd like to make, which is important, is that yoga is a practice of listening. So please do not do the pose if it is not a regular part of your practice. I will show you modifications, or you can just omit it and move into the next pose that works for you. Also, if you feel any discomfort or pain in any pose, please allow yourself to completely omit that pose or back up from it and say thank you to it and leave it. So I would like to invite you now to join me in the Om. It is a way to quiet our brain and bring our mind and our body together into our heart. It is also an opportunity to set your own personal intention for the practice. So please sit comfortably wherever you are. You can be on a chair or if you have a bolster, and I will also show you how to set up with blankets and blocks or books. Please sit straight. Bring your palms to your chest. Close your eyes. Align your spine from the root of the spine to the crown of your head. Retract your chin. Relax your shoulders as if you have anchors hanging off your elbows. Draw your shoulder blades deeply in towards your front body to lift the sternum bone up, but don't lift your chin. Keep the chin level to the floor and retract the chin. Now swallow the throat. Swallow. Your throat should remain soft and open. The inner walls of the throat soft. Quiet the skin all over your face, relaxing your eyes, descending the pupils down and towards the heart center. Next to the fear and the anxiety lives love. Drop into yourself. Quiet your brain. Surrender your brain. And soften your brain so that you can access the love and calmness and stillness within your heart. Please set an intention for your practice today. Let that come up from within. We'll chant Om 3 times together on the exhale. And let's begin, please. Inhale. warmth into your heart. Release your head, release your hands. Lift your head and slowly open your eyes. Okay. Breathing deeply through the practice is very important. It brings us into the moment. Our angst lives in the past or in the future, and all we ever have truly is the moment. So I will keep returning you to yourself, to your breath, and into this moment. Okay. So the first pose that I'd like to do is Shavasana, to open the chest, to quiet the brain. I am showing you the pose with a bolster, but if you don't have a bolster, you can take blankets as such and fold them to create your own bolster, and or take a blanket and create a modified bolster that way. Okay, so same height and same support. Then I'd like you to take a pillow, whatever kind you have, to support your head. You're going to sit against your bolster or your modified bolster. Place your hands behind your buttocks so that you have a little bit of space, and then lift your chest, lengthen yourself back over the bolster, and support your head with your pillow. Ensuring that the bridge of your nose runs parallel to the ceiling. Take your arms out to the side, relax your feet, close your eyes, and just settle in for a moment. Feeling the lift of the chest, the openness of the heart, the space in the armpit chest. And then begin to focus on your breath. Scanning your body to notice where you may be holding any tension, release it, relax it. And again, ensure that your head is not jutting, your chin is not jutting up. Then the brain can't be quiet. So we want to lengthen the neck, bring the chin down towards the chest, and very important to relax the throat, to release the jaw, to soften the tongue. Then drop into your heart, drop into your body. Pay attention to the sensations of your skin, the texture of your clothing, and anything else that is part of your experience. You might even notice your thoughts, the rambling and rumbling and distractions. Keep returning to your heart center, opening your chest, quieting your brain, and dropping down as you follow your breath. Slow, soft inhalations through the nostrils only. Exhale from the nostrils as well. Slowing down the breath, almost twice as long as the inhalation, can really help to reduce anxiety. So just stay connected for a few cycles of breath. Full cycle is an inhale followed by an exhale. Now please take 3 more cycles of breath. Inhale and exhale through your nostrils. After your 3rd exhalation, press down and come to sitting. Now, we're going to do child pose, Adho Mukha Virasana. You can use the bolster or remove the bolster and just go towards the floor, knees apart, toes together. And what I would encourage is to take your pillow and place it behind your buttocks so that your sitting bones and heels stay connected when you come forward. If the pillow is not enough to keep you from lifting your buttocks up, please feel free to stack some blankets and pillows. Come forward, walking your hands out, stretch open the palms, release your forehead down. Then you can relax your elbows as well, or be active. Forehead skin is down. In this position, you have an opportunity to feel your breath against your ribs. Stay there for some time, feeling the expansion and exhalation with each movement of your breath. Breath is key. Okay? And just quiet the forehead skin. So you can turn your cheek or keep your forehead down. Rest the elbows. And then inhale, come up, bring your knees together, and remove your supports. Now, one of the things that's very important in this practice is to have support for the head. Again, when your head is down, it calms the nervous system and it helps to release fear and any fears or negative feelings. So I'm going to show you with yoga blocks. But if you don't have any blocks at home, take a couple of books and tie them up with elastics to modify and recreate a block. Make sure if you do 2 sets or set of 2 blocks, make sure that they're the same height. Tucking your toes under. Inhale, exhale, lift your legs up and release your forehead down onto the block. You can keep your heels up. It doesn't matter if you don't have the flexibility in your Achilles tendon or calves. It really doesn't matter. If you can lower your heels to the floor, please do so, but not at the expense of rounding the back. Extend the arms fully, lift the hips up and press the thighs back, bringing the muscle to the bone. Quiet your brain, relax your brain, and follow your breath in and out through your nostrils. And then come down and just sit for a moment, noticing how you feel. Each of these poses should be held for a minimum of 2 to 5 minutes. I'm not going to keep you there that long as I'm leading you through the practice, but please note at any time, please, you can stop your whatever you're using and stay longer in any pose. If it feels good, enjoy it. If it feels like it's time to come out even before I have, again, please give yourself permission to do that. It's very important. The next pose is Uttanasana, forward bend. So again, we want the head, the crown of the head to be supported on your prop. If one block isn't high enough, maybe you need to modify it. Better to put the flat one underneath, it's more stable. Or, by all means, use a chair. Okay? So, you're going to stand with your feet hip width apart. Actually, the first one, we're going to do this twice. The first one, the legs are quite wide. So have them a good 10 to 12 inches apart. Keeping the feet fully grounded, extend your toes. Inhale, exhale, come forward, and release the crown of your head onto your setup. If you don't reach the floor with your hands, again, you can bring blocks and do whatever you need to be able to reach the floor. Maintain a lift in the legs, lifting up the sitting bones, the hamstring attachment at the sitting bones, and press the thighs firmly back. Release your shoulders, release your neck, quiet your throat. Very important to have a soft throat, tongue, and nose during this practice. You can also walk your hands back. As long as you're not jamming your neck with your shoulders, move them away. But maintain the lift in your legs. Activate the thigh muscles, pressing them towards the back and extending the hamstrings, opening the calves, rooting down through the heels. Quieting your brain. Then inhale, lift your head, bend your knees if you have any back issues to support your back, and come to standing. Feet together. This is Tadasana, mountain pose. Okay? So now we're going to do Prasarita Padottanasana. Again, please give yourself permission to use whatever props you require. You're going to take your legs wide apart. Go to the back edge of your mat because that helps you ensure that they're aligned correctly. The outer edge of the foot lines up with the edge of your mat. Inhale. Exhale, come forward without slinging your legs back. Lift the legs up, come all the way down, hands at the front of your mat. Again, if you need the support, use your blocks or use your chair, whatever height works for you. Come back with your hands and release your head towards the floor. The elbows do not splay out, they stay in line with your shoulders, and hands are in line with your feet. Ensure that the sitting bones and the back groins, buttock muscles move apart from each other, away from each other, continuing to lift the thigh muscles up. With the support under your head, close your eyes, go within, and follow your breath. And then inhale, lift your head up, walk your hands forward again, walk your feet in, and come back to Tadasana. Tadasana is like coming home to yourself. We center in our chest, in our heart. We center through our grounding of our feet. We steady our gaze in front. And there we are, back home. Okay. One more Uttanasana, this time with the feet together. Inhale, exhale, come forward and down. Again, support your head with whatever support works for you. If you need to keep your feet apart, by all means, do so. This is what it looks like without slinging your legs back. Don't grip your toes. Don't grip your jaw. And then inhale, lift your head up, come all the way up, again supporting your back if you need to, by all means. Okay? So, I'm going to now demonstrate headstand for those who are including headstand in their practice. And if you're not, if headstand is not part of your practice, then I encourage you, please, to simply repeat Prasarita Padottanasana, the pose that you did a moment ago. All right? So, if you are practicing headstand, please do the pose for at least 5 to 10 minutes. But I won't stay that long because, for obvious reasons, some of you will not be doing headstand. So you're going to come towards the wall. If you need the wall, by all means, use it. You measure the width of your forearms by holding your elbows. You can graze the wall with your fingertips
come up, walk in, and come up the wall into headstand, Shirshasana. If you need the wall, you have it. If you don't, you can come off. And then come down, bend your knees and chair chest. Come back and come to sitting. Okay. So, again, if headstand is not a part of your regular practice, please don't attempt it at this time. The next pose is Viparita Dandasana. This is a back bend through the chair. Now, the back bend, Shirshasana, by the way, headstand or Prasarita is a very important pose for many reasons. It purifies the blood, it strengthens the lungs, and it improves the pineal and pituitary glands or functions. So if you can do headstand or a modified version, or again, Prasarita Padottanasana, the one previous with the legs apart, that will be of great benefit for you for those various reasons. Viparita Dandasana is a back bend through the chair. So I'm going to set up and I'm going to show you two different ways to do it in case you don't have a chair or you're not practicing in this way or it's a bit intimidating to do alone without the support of a teacher, but I do want to show it to you full on and then I'll show you the modified version with a bolster or your blanket setup. Okay? So you're going to be at the wall, placing a chair close to the wall, and you can also have your blocks set up at the wall in this height. Then, whatever you're using, if you don't have a bolster and you're using blankets, place it lengthwise under the chair. For this back bend, the crown of the head is going to rest firmly down on your setup. Viparita Dandasana brings fresh blood to the lymphatic cluster that's in your chest and in your armpit chest, and we're going to open those areas up through doing this pose. It also brings, here's the key, as all this practice does, emotional stability to ourselves. So you're going to sit in the chair. Take your legs on the inside of the chair. You might have to adjust a few times to get the right distance. You can begin with your legs bent. Come back over the chair till the shoulder blades are at the front edge of the chair. Extend your neck. Your throat. Lengthen your throat till you're on the crown of your head. Okay? So, steady yourself. Then extend your legs, if you can, into the wall. You can go lower, or using the supports, bring your legs up. Alternatively, you can keep your legs bent the whole time. Settle in, quiet your abdomen. Much of the immune system is also in the abdomen. So we want to keep it quiet, no puffing. Spread the abdomen. Extend your legs. Then, if you can, take your arms on the inside of the chair to open up this area. We want to bring it as much as we can to the lymph nodes. There are some in the neck and in this range. So, reach the arms through the chair legs, extend your legs into the wall, be on the crown of your head, and keep your throat, your tongue, your neck soft. Follow your breath.
slow, soft inhalations, long, smooth, and slow exhalations. Close your eyes, look down into your heart. Now it's very important you continue to breathe to prevent any kind of dizziness or nausea. Also to bring you back into the present moment. Breath by breath, moment to moment. So close your eyes, look down into your heart, extend your legs, make sure they're active so that you're not jamming your lower back. Roll your shoulders open and reach your arms so you can open up the chest, open the heart center, and follow your breath. Now stay again as long as you can. 5 to 10 minutes would be great. To come out, you're going to bend one leg, bring your arms through, keeping one leg bent. Press your elbows down, bring your shoulder blades in, and lift up, let your head follow. Bring yourself up, sit back in the chair, ground through both feet. Keep your head in line with your spine, and just steady yourself for a moment. Now we can do Viparita, a very gentle and quick twist, bringing your arm to the back side of the chair, the other one across, lift your spine, and begin to rotate the left ribs away from the spine. As you turn, head comes with, and open up. Again, we want to open up the area from the collarbone to the armpit chest to let the blood flow freely. And then exhale, release your head and your trunk, follow suit. And then swing your other arm behind, cross the top arm over the chair, lift the spine, draw the right ribs in, and then the left ribs come in, the right ribs move away from the spine, rooting down through your feet and your sitting bones. And then open this chest, the armpit chest, then exhale, come back to center, and sit straight. If you don't have a bolster, or you don't want to do it off the chair, the backbend, you can do a modified version by creating your setup as such. Lengthen your spine, lift your heart, come back over the bolster, your modified bolster, and release your head down. Shoulders release, arms are on the top part of your setup. And if this is too much strain in either your lower back, use your pillow under your buttocks and/or a secondary pillow or block under your head. But ideally, you want to bring your head down and have all this area open and soft. And then when you're ready, bend your legs. You can remove your setup and your pillow if you have the extra support. Roll to the side, come all the way over, take your time, press down, and come up to sit. Now the next pose is Sarvangasana, and that is shoulder stand. Again, if this isn't a regular part of your practice, please omit it, but I will demonstrate what it looks like and how to do it, if indeed you're able to with, again, those props, your modified props, or a bolster. You're going to bring your bolster horizontal to your mat, perpendicular to your mat, and place your chair in front of your setup. Okay? Now, for some, it may feel a bit challenging to go backwards over a
understand that. But if you can, this is a very, very, very beneficial pose to do. So you're going to have a seat on your chair. My back will be to you for a moment. And you're going to take your legs up over the chair towards the wall. Move your buttocks in. Carefully come down onto the edge of the chair. Shoulders are on the bolster. Neck is free. And again, you have the option to use whatever props you have, taking your arms on the inside of the chair legs. Roll the shoulders open, extend your legs up the wall, close your eyes, and look down into your heart. Opening the side chest by moving those shoulder blades into your back. You can also take your legs straight up off the wall if you wish. But there is something very calming about resting the feet against the wall. And we need all the calm we can get. So again, lengthen the back of your neck. Ensure that the neck is long, the throat is soft, tongue is soft, jaw is released. Either your legs are at the wall or they're straight up. And then bend your knees into your chest, or you can bring them straight back and bring your feet to whatever support you need. Lifting up the hips, the thighs, the knees to get effort placed into the legs to not collapse as such. Keep the legs very active, be on your toe tips, and lift the side trunk. Again, look down in towards your heart, quieting your brain, softening your brain, and direct your breath in and out through your nostrils. To come out, you can bend your knees back to your chest, bring your feet to the chair top, bring your arms through, carefully slide down, resting your buttocks on the bolster, resting your lower legs on the chair seat. And then bend your knees into your chest, roll to the side, press down, and come up. Okay. The next pose is Paschimottanasana. That's an intense forward bend. Now, for many, if there's any back issues or any issue with hamstring tightness and forward bends cause you discomfort, please, by all means, sit up on your supports, whether it's a bolster or the blanket setup as well. Extend your legs. Because most people have a very hard time coming forward and going all the way down, I often suggest a chair seat or a stool, whatever props you may have, that you can rest your forehead skin on. So, legs are absolutely active. Draw the thighs towards you. Inhale, lift your arms up. Exhale, come forward. Reach, reach, reach. And you can rest your arms, rest your forehead on your setup. Keep your legs absolutely active. If you want to go any lower, you have the flexibility. By all means, go towards a block, reach for your legs, draw your thighs towards you, cut your groins in, deeply in, and then reach. Inhale, reach forward. The forward bend means forward, not just down. Inhale, exhale, go forward, go, 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 go. Release your head. You can take your hands lower down your legs, keep them here, hook your toes, whatever works for you.
And then inhale, lift your head up, and come back up. So as I said earlier, forward bends are very important to calm the nervous system, to bring you into a quiet place, and to still the brain, the mind, and to calm the nervous system. Now the next pose is called Supta Baddha Konasana, and I have yet to have a student who hasn't loved this pose. So again, please feel free to use your setup of blankets and a towel or a bolster if you have one. You want to support your head, as I showed before, with the pillow, or if you need more than just that, whatever supports you have. Now, if you don't have a yoga belt and you have your own belt, you can use that as well. The idea is that we want to support the legs in this position. So you're going to sit in front of your bolster, again with a little bit of space between your buttocks and the bolster, bringing your feet together into Baddha Konasana. If you have a belt, a yoga belt, please make a large loop. Place it around your sacrum, your lower back, and over your thighs, around your feet. It's also a very good idea to support your hips. For most people, they can't relax if their knees are up like this. So bring some supports into your outer thighs, supporting your hips, and possibly your knees. Okay, so here you are. You're supporting your legs with the belt. If you don't have a belt, or you can use a regular belt as well, it's okay. Press your fingers down, lift your chest up, and lengthen yourself back down over the bolster, supporting your head. Remember, it's very important in this practice to visualize the skin softening around the throat, the neck, and the tongue. Release your arms to the sides, palms up, close your eyes, and relax. Everything is open, chest is open, petals of the brain are closing. Drop your attention down into your heart, to that inner point of stillness. Follow your breath. Slow, soft inhalations. Long, smooth, soft exhalations. Now again, this is one of those poses that you can stay in as long as you have time for. Letting everything just be open and receptive to receive the pose. It's not an active stretch. Let the pose come to you, and the residue of the pose will last long after your practice. Again, lengthening the back of the neck, softening the throat region, quieting the brain. Surrender the brain down into the heart. Pacify the brain. And as you follow your breath in and out, let go of whatever else comes to disturb you, returning over and over and over to your breath. Slowly wiggle your fingers, your toes, bend your elbows. Please
Place your hands by your buttocks. Bring your shoulder blades in. Bring yourself up. Sit straight for a moment. You can keep your eyes closed. Just notice how you feel. And then slide your feet out from the pillow and stretch your legs to straight. Now we're going to just do a very simple and gentle stretch to release the back as well as to activate the abdomen, which is again home of the immune system. So Jatara Parvatasana. You're going to lie on your back, bend your knees. I'll do it sideways so you can see best what's happening. Arms are out to your sides, shoulders stay down. Bend your knees into your chest. Inhale. Exhale, bring the legs together up and over towards the right armpit, keeping your head centered. So the abdomen will turn from right to left, even as your knees turn from left to right. And then, keeping the palms down, inhale, bring your knees back to the center, weight here, inhale, exhale, bring the knees together, the legs as one, up towards the opposite armpit, opening again the upper armpit chest on the opposite side, turning the abdomen from left to right. If your knees are dropping to the left, then press the palm down, inhale, and bring yourself back to the center. Roll your knees in, roll to the side, take your time, press down, and come back up to sitting. I'd like to demonstrate Setubandha Sarvangasana. So I'm showing you with the bolster, but perhaps I'm going to show you now what it will look like instead if you're using your props. Perhaps you're using blocks in the form of books in the form of blocks. So you have your blankets to cover them. Perhaps the length of 3 block setups would be better, depending on your torso length. Okay? And then ideally you have 2 blocks at the wall for your feet. Now, the most important thing is that the shoulder blades are at the front edge of your setup. For most people, it takes a few times to get that correct. Seated on your setup, lengthen yourself back over it. Again, the shoulder blades are at the front edge. Roll down till your shoulders touch down. Then extend your legs onto your blocks or books, whatever you're using, or more blankets into the wall. If you're not quite there yet, take the time to set up correctly. Come in a little bit closer. Adjust. Lengthen yourself over your blocks. Stretch your legs into the wall. Release your arms to the sides. So you don't want jamming in the throat, but as I've mentioned a few times, it's very important to keep this area soft. Release your arms to the sides. Close your eyes and drop down into your chest. Feeling the lift of your supports, opening up the chest, opening up the heart. Quiet your brain. Surrender your brain, pacify your brain, and drop into your heart center. Keep reaching through the legs to the wall. Release your arms. And then when you're done, bend your legs, can either slide back or carefully roll to the side. Draw your knees to your chest to support and release your lower back. And when you're ready, press down. Come up. Again, I can't encourage you enough to take as much time as you like in any of these poses. Now, I'm going to go back to using my bolster, but please feel free at any point in time to use your setup. Depending on your shape of your bolster, you might benefit from having a block behind it, or as such, or bring the bolster right up to the wall. This will be determined by the shape of your bolster and the length of your torso. Because this is a quieting practice, I encourage a blanket as well, or a towel, to come out from the bolster. Okay, so Viparita Karani is another one of those poses that people really, really enjoy. In fact, the last classes that I taught before I had to close the studio for this current state of affairs was Viparita Karani for the very first pose in the practice. And I kept my students in it for a very long time because it is so incredibly calming. This is also a very good pose if you have trouble sleeping. So give yourself the opportunity to practice this at any point in time. It's very restful, it's very therapeutic. So you are sideways to your bolster, place your hip on the bolster, your elbow in front of the bolster, and then just gradually roll yourself over and bring your legs to the wall. Release your arms to the sides. First, extend your legs up the wall, and then you can relax. Again, lengthening your neck, quieting your throat, releasing your arms. This is an inversion, again, where we work with gravity to help to boost our immune system, to strengthen it, and to quiet and calm the nervous system. So, closing the eyes, drop down into your heart again, feeling like your chest is a waterfall. The beauty and the power of Niagara Falls. The energy flows. Healing, positive, loving energy. And any fatigue that you may feel, any emotional instability, let it drain down your legs, pooling at the important place of the groins, the lower abdomen, and release. Relax. Settle into this pose as long as you have the time to do it. And then again, hopefully you have more time to spend. Stay longer. But when you're done, bend your knees into your chest. You can slide yourself back into the room from the wall. Release your knees, your legs, and just rest your abdomen down. Let your legs rest down, and just take a moment as such. And when you're ready, bend your knees into your chest. Roll to the side. Take your time. I always say in a yoga practice, you have all the time in the world because you have the now, and that's all we ever have. We breathe in the moment. We bring ourselves into the present moment. And it's the now that we have. Okay. Finally, Shavasana. So, Shavasana means corpse pose. There are many different ways to do this. You can be flat on your back with some neck support. You can be over the bolster, again, with head support. and you're going to lengthen back as such. But depending on where you're at in your emotional state and your physical needs, if you have any back issues, you may instead decide to place the bolster under your knees for back support, or even a chair seat. So you want to make sure that your yoga is taking care of you. So if this is better for your back, for Shavasana, ensure that your feet are on the floor, that your legs are relaxed, and your back is straight. The other option, if you're not using any props, you may want to have, if you have, a weight to place on your thighs. This is very grounding. And again, part of what we're looking for is some stability in this very unstable time. So you can use a weight, you can use some blocks, you can use those book blocks that you have, and or you can always use your bolster setup. Okay? So those are a few different options for your Shavasana, and I encourage you to listen to your body and find out what really is speaking to you. What is going to give you what you need at this point in time for your Shavasana. And lastly, there's absolutely nothing wrong with going completely flat. Perhaps a little head support to help continue to quiet and soften the inner walls of the throat. Extend. First, I actually like to bend your legs, ask you to bend your legs, lift up, lengthen your lower back, head of the buttocks comes towards the heels when you land down. Then stretch one leg out at a time, and the other leg. Release your arms, make sure that you're not touching a prop because in your mind we'll go there. And relax, let the legs go, let the arms go, let go. Drop down into your body. Notice where you are in space. Feel the back of your skull spreading and the brain shrinking, descending down. Face is quiet. No tension anywhere. Forehead skin is smooth and soft. Temple skin soft. Release the lower jaw so the hinge of the jaw is open, and your tongue rests comfortably down in the lower belly. For a few moments, follow your breath. Slow, soft inhalations. Long, smooth exhalations. Remain in Shavasana as long as you can to allow the practice to come together and assimilate in your being. Mind, body, and spirit coming together to help balance and bring balance to your body and mind. Keep returning to your heart center over and over when you notice the disturbing thoughts or any thoughts pulling at you. Draw your attention back to your heart and to your breath and just let go. Relax. Surrender to Shavasana and remain in this pose for as long as you can.
Slowly wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, bend your knees into your chest, hug yourself, love yourself. Appreciate the time that you've given for your self-care. And then when you're ready, please come to sitting. Sit straight, tall. You can keep your eyes closed. Together we're going to say Namaste. Namaste means the divine light in me shines on the divine light in you. And another beautiful definition of it that a student shared with me is quiet mind, kind words, compassionate heart. And so bring your palms together, please. Keeping your eyes closed. Together we say, Namaste. Thank you all. I wish you well. I pray that you and your families remain safe and well during these turbulent times.